Trumpet begins with T.
I'm William Berry, Principal Trumpet with the Walla Symphony, and today we will be talking about trumpets.
Farm-raised trumpets are just about ready to pick this time of year, and the ripe ones are usually found in the back. Over many years of cultivation and careful breeding, orchards have produced increasingly sophisticated trumpets, easier to play, better sound, and with valves to play music in just about any style. But we are getting ahead of ourselves. Once upon a time when the world was young and early human, say about 7 o'clock in the morning, but this was before clocks, so we don't really know. This early human picked up a hollow log, blew the termites and detritus out, and in doing so learned that you can make a sound. Any hollow tube you can blow on can make a sound. Heck, you can play a garden hose or a PVC pipe. Vibrating your lips starts a column of air vibrating, and the vibrating air makes a musical pitch. Longer is lower. A longer air column means slower vibrations and a lower note. A conch shell is pretty much a very long funnel tube created by the animal as it grew. Once they check out and you chip off the end, you can make a loud signal note heard over long distances. By pushing faster air against the resistance of the tube, the air column can be divided into shorter fractions of the length. This is a shofar, a ram's horn. Same deal. Once the ram was done with it, the gooey stuff inside rotted out. You chip off the end and you've got a hollow funnel tube. With the Bronze Age came trumpets of brass. Heavy metal, the early years. Trumpets of all kinds could be heard far away, so were used for communication before radio and cell phones. A bugle has a longer tube, so you can play more fractions of the length and more notes. But still, everything you play on a bugle has only 4 notes. So, how the heck did we get the trumpet to play enough notes to play actual melodies? In the Baroque era, which was 1600 to 1750, there will be a quiz later, the solution was to make the tube long enough to play the smaller fractions, where higher notes get close enough together to play a simple scale. The astute among you will notice that the trumpet is not changing. It's all on the player. And playing notes this close together requires a precision airstream. It's like target shooting for accuracy. One of my favorite pieces to play, The Trumpet Shall Sound from Handel's Messiah, was written for the Baroque trumpet. Starts with a fanfare on the bugle notes and then heads for that high scale. But a single length of tubing can still only play a handful of notes based on the overtones in the harmonic series. The only way to play a different scale was to change the length of the tube. Players did this by changing slides, essentially making a new trumpet in a different key, but were stuck with one scale at a time. So, genius solution, the modern trumpet with valves. Slap on all the slides you need and instantly connect those bad boys as needed with a flick of a finger. Suddenly we have a whole bunch of trumpets in one handy-dandy package. So pushing a valve changes the length of the tube and the air column. It doesn't just get you a different note, it gets you a whole different trumpet with all of the notes that trumpet can play. These slides are long enough to lower the pitch by a half step, a whole step, and 1.5 steps. 7 half steps is the biggest gap between bugle notes, so 7 trumpets in one convenient package was the goal. With some smart math, these 3 valves give us all the combinations we need to get the handful of notes from one trumpet to overlap with a handful from the next trumpet, giving us all of the notes of the chromatic scale. Stay tuned for part 2, where we talk about what kinds of music the trumpet can play and listen to a few of the all-time hot picks for trumpet in the orchestra.